China has announced a ban on children playing online games on school days. In fact, under new restrictions, Chinese kids will only be allowed to play the games for 3 hours a week. Let's go live now to Professor Delia Lin from the Asia Institute at the University of Melbourne. Professor, thanks for your time. What do you make of this restriction? Is it in line with other recent decisions by the Chinese authorities?
I think it does, because when we just look at this policy or this restriction itself, it seems as to restrict the kids from playing video games in weekdays and restricted their time to just the weekends, 3 hours a week. But we really need to take it to in a large picture to see what all those recent changes in, say, cultural products, in celebrities, and also after-school tuition, and all those different restrictions and what that leads to. What's the end game? I think that's something that we always need to understand when we look at what's happening in China, to look at really the end game of the Communist Party.
So what is that? What's their aim? Because you alluded to that there, a restriction on the celebrity fan pages. They've been banned. Private tutors have been banned for school kids. What's the end game?
Yeah, so for the Communist Party, what's on the top of the agenda, the end game is to make the nation wealthy and strong and powerful. So you might ask, well, all right, we understand that end game, and why are all those policies or those restrictions happening to reach that end game? It's just that the way that the Communist Party works is that look at the end game, power and wealth of the country, and also to think, as Xi Jinping puts it, bottom line thinking, which means that in the worst case scenario, for example, if no other countries are going to trade with China, for example, if we have the pandemic, and what if the economic growth slows down, what's China going to happen? So then they look at all different aspects of the society, of the policies, economy, of cultural products, and to see what the nation can do to steer people's behavior in a certain way, steer the kids' behavior, shepherd the kids' behavior, or the mentality or the psyche in a certain way to work for the nation's growth. So basically, that's the kind of mindset of the Communist Party. So it's a long game, I know, and sometimes we don't really know where those policies come from, But the state or the party actually has a grand plan, and they look at all the details and say what are the actions they can ban or they can restrict to actually reach that goal towards the end. So
Professor
for those...
Professor Delia Lin, I appreciate your time.